Police in southern Vietnam's Binh Duong province arrested 2 men on Sunday for organizing protests illegally, disrupting security and order, as similar street parades were reported in other parts of the country. Police said Tran Minh Hue, 37, and Nguyen Dinh Thanh, 27, were caught making documents and encouraging others to join a rally on Sunday to protest controversial provisions of a current draft law that would allow foreign investors to lease land in Vietnam's 3 special economic zones (SEZs) for up to 99 years. The men are accused of taking undue advantage of the National Assembly's ongoing discussion on the provisions to print flyers with distorted content, the Vietnam news agency reported. It cited the police as saying they found in the homes of the 2 men thousands of documents prepared to incite public protest. They also seized computers and printers from Hue for evidence. Police in the neighboring Ho Chi Minh City also said they had held several people for the same charges. Thousands of people were protesting in the country's largest city from Sunday morning on Nguyen Hue Walking Street and La Duong Street, around the Notre Dame Cathedral and in front of the Independence Palace, holding banners objecting the SEZ bill. The parade sent traffic in several spots into chaos. Huge crowds were also seen on many streets leading to Tan Son Nhut Airport. Police arrived and recovered public order at 1 p.m. Many areas in Hanoi and the central Vietnam's Con Hoa and Binh Thuan provinces were also paralyzed by street protests on Sunday. An official in Binh Thuan said National Highway 1A across the province was jammed from the afternoon until late at night. Hundreds of traffic police were mobilized to prevent chaos, and some officers met strong reactions from the protesters, who threw rocks and damaged police cars. Officials said Vietnam has delayed the law on demonstration several times, so acts to incite public protests are deemed illegal. The Sunday protests came after the Vietnamese government on Saturday requested the National Assembly not to postpone the bill on SEZs, saying it needed more time to ensure that it meets the aspirations of both legislators and the public. The NA started discussions on the SEZs last November. The zones are planned in Ban Don in the northern Quang Ninh province, Bac Ban Phong in the central Con Hoa province, and Phu Quoc Island and Kien Giang province in the south. The bill has received a lot of public scrutiny, and experts who disagree with it have expressed uncertainty about the efficiency of the SEZs. Many people have also said they are worried about the potential undermining of national security and violation of sovereignty if foreign investors, especially Chinese, are allowed to rent land for up to 99 years in these areas. On Wednesday, Minister of Planning and Investment Nguyen Khai Dung had dismissed such concerns, saying, "There is no word that mentions China in the draft. Foreigners will not be able to migrate easily into the country. Vietnam's land ownership law is tight enough to prevent them from doing so," he'd said. Prime Minister Nguyen Dinh Thanh had also told the press on June 7 that the duration of land lease permit was not the bottom line of the draft law. The most important thing is to create a favorable mechanism and business environment for investors at the SEZs, he said. The government will respect the National Assembly's decision on this matter, whatever that is, the PM added. The SEZ bill, which was initially planned to be passed next week, is scheduled to be discussed again at the National Assembly's next session in October. The video is sponsored by CNtronic.com.